Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back, and I wanted to go ahead and talk about Married to Medicine. This episode was okay. I felt like a lot of the conversations that were happening, they started to become repetitive, but nonetheless, we're here. I'm here, and I'm queer. Okay, let's just talk, y'all. Yeah, we just gonna talk. We could just start out with Heavenly popping up. Dr. Contessa didn't know that Dr. Heavenly was going to be coming on this girls' trip, even though they spent girl the whole entire episode asking about whether or not Heavenly was coming, talking about Heavenly coming, like girl. Um, I will say, if Heavenly leaves the show after this season, I would want to know who would pick up the slack with Heavenly, because clearly Heavenly plays a major part in the show. Like, y'all couldn't even go a whole episode without mentioning, like take a drink every time they mention Heavenly's name. It was one of those episodes last week. Anyways, prior to her arrival. Anyway, so she's here. Um Quad, was letting Heavenly know, baby, get up here, because Simone, is telling the girls a story, and you need to be here to defend yourself. I'm not mad at it. Quad did exactly what um she was supposed to do, in my opinion. Girl, listen, I can't be up here fussing and fighting with Simone because we just got back on the right foot, the right foot. So I need you to get your ass up here, okay, and defend yourself, okay? Because Simone said A, B, C, D, E, and F, okay. Anyways, so um, girl, let's just talk about Simone and Heavenly. I'm trying to go in order, and it's not even that deep. So Simone and Heavenly, Dr. Simone and Dr. Heavenly. Dr. Simone feels a way about Dr. Heavenly, painting the picture that she is aggressive and unhinged. Now, if we're going to be honest, in that moment, okay, Dr. Simone is upset that Dr. Simone is mad that Dr. Heavenly is painting the picture of her, being this violent, aggressive, unhinged person. They're all professionals, and um, with her using those words to describe her, could be harmful, right? Um, the truth of the matter is, in that moment, um, Simone was aggressive. She was unhinged. Y'all didn't see all the hollering that she was doing from across the room. She was. With that being said, Dr. Heavenly was too. Girl, Dr. Heavenly was literally, girl, jumping up and down, catching the Holy Spirit. Like, go back and watch. When Heavenly was walking away, jumping in the air, I said, not her catching the Holy Spirit. Girl, I said, okay, girl. Both of them were aggressive. Both of them were unhinged. I felt like Heavenly throwing in Simone's face, especially knowing that we saw Heavenly and Simone have a heart to heart at the beginning of the season. You're taking the information that she told you, or at least some of the information that she told you that was going on in her household, and now you're using it against her. That's why you can't tell people your business, because girl, in the midst of war, girl, the girls will throw your dirt back in your face. Um, I believe Dr. Heavenly is 100% wrong. I do. I completely understand why Simone is upset, and I'll tell you why. And I'm just going to start at the VIN number. And I said this, and there were a couple of people in the comment section saying, "Oh, y'all do anything to defend Dr. Simone." No, I'm just telling you what I feel like happened, and I still stand by this even in this episode. At the time, I said this had to be like a year ago when Simone and Quad were not seeing eye to eye. At the time, Simone was probably talking shit about Quad with Dr. Heavenly. Catch that T. Hello. And she mentioned something about, I'm gonna get that VIN number, right? Because Quad had just gotten that Rolls Royce from King. And I think that was just because they were mad at each other, right? A year later, Heavenly brings it up. If it was that important, you should have told her when she said it. But no, you waited. You waited. You waited a year later to tell her. So Quad approaches Simone. They get into an argument. It's heated. She's pissed off at Heavenly, Simone, because Quad as it's kept, we're arguing low key because you decided to share some shit I said a year ago. Now, me and this girl are good. We trying to move past whatever we say. We trying to move past it. So now, Simone is pissed off not only at Quad, but she's pissed off at Heavenly. Heavenly wants to come up and take a picture. Simone is like, girl, don't touch me. Get your hand off me. Don't touch me. I'm not mad at Simone. I felt like I understood how Simone was processing it. Like, bitch, me and this girl was good. I said that shit a year ago. You bring up some shit a year later. Now me and this bitch arguing, and now you want to come up and, girl, put your hand around me talking about, girl, let's take a picture. Girl, fuck you. That's what I think Simone was on. And then because Heavenly was probably caught off guard and probably thought that we just want to take this picture, I don't know, she went below the belt and she started, girl, don't get mad at me because your household is fucked up. You don't want to talk about the husband. You want to talk about the husband. Simone lying. My household is good. Is this? Girl. Okay. It's not, but okay, girl. So now Heavenly is trying to paint this picture of Simone being so aggressive. And in that moment, I think Simone was aggressive, right? They showed a clip of Simone yelling like at the top of her lungs across a room, right? She was aggressive. But to me, to Heavenly, she was aggressive too. She was aggressive with her language. I felt like she was unhinged. Heavenly was jumping up and down as if she had caught the Holy Spirit. Like, it was amazing. Like, I remember watching it like, girl, it's too much going on. I remember even telling y'all it was too much going on in the scene. You had Quad and Simone hollering and screaming. Quad acting like she down to baddies, girl. You got Simone yelling at the top of her lungs. You got Heavenly catching the Holy Spirit, jumping up and down. You got, girl, Angel on stage, girl, talking about, out Satan. Girl, now she quoting Bible scriptures talking about, girl, Revelations 1 and 3, woman, whatever she said. It was just a lot going on. So I'm not mad at Simone for being upset. I think Heavenly, out of everybody, should know, because I remember a time when when Lisa Nicole basically said, "Bitch, stop talking about my marriage before I start talking about you having that crown up in your coffee cup." And Heavenly got pissed off because she said, "Girl, that can affect my dental practice." So Heavenly knows when you use certain words or say certain things, she knows because she's been on this road with Lisa Nicole before. Toya. I think Toya just wants to fight with Heavenly. I think Toya knows that. I think she just wants to fight with Heavenly. It's kind of like, Akenya Moore, Portia, Ashley, Candace, Toya, Heavenly. At one point, they were, trying to have the conversation, and Toya was she was more into the more into the moment, the conversation that was trying to be had between Heavenly and Simone than Simone and Heavenly. They were at dinner. They were all at dinner. Even the next day when they got in the pool, Contessa asked Simone, was she okay with Heavenly talking? And Contessa set the grounds of, when Heavenly is done, she'll say, "And I'm done." And then at that point, anybody can ask a question. I felt like Toya tried to hijack the conversation and make it about her and Eugene. Girl, don't get it twisted. Y'all already know we have tugged on Heavenly's wig, and we said that Toya wasn't wrong for bringing up Heavenly's son being arrested. It is what it is, because we've seen not Jackie. We've seen Dr. Heavenly come down to the YouTube and drag the dog fuck out of Toya. But I felt like in that moment, it wasn't about Toya and Eugene. It wasn't about Heavenly and her son. It was about Heavenly and Simone. Toya, shut the fuck up. This ain't even got nothing to do with you. It really don't. It don't. We can talk about you and we can talk about you and Heavenly, girl, when we get back to Atlanta. But right now, we're trying to fix what's going on between Simone and Heavenly. That's how I felt about it. Jackie, I feel like they're making Jackie finally work. Jackie is usually the one when it comes to Simone and Heavenly, where she's mute. And she's Switzerland, right? I think she's trying to navigate by not showing up with Simone as if she's taking Heavenly's side. Because there were times in this episode where Dr. Jackie was trying to talk to Dr. Simone, and she had to be very careful in the words that she used, because she knows how Dr. Simone can get, and if it comes across as if you team Heavenly, then bitch, we're gonna have a problem. When Heavenly told the story, now I'm looking at my notes. Heavenly tells a story, she said, "Get your motherfucking hands off of me."
Hey, you get your fucking hands off me.
That's how Heavenly is telling the story. That's what Simone did. Simone didn't say it that way. Now, Simone said, "Don't touch me, get your hands off of me." But it was, "Get your motherfucking hands off me." Oh, that's what I was wanting to say earlier. I feel like Heavenly is acting like a Karen. I think Heavenly is making it be something that it does not need to be. Girl, she was upset. Heavenly, you need to understand why she's upset. She's upset because you went back and told Quad some shit she said a year ago. That's why she's upset, and now it's causing her and Quad to get into an argument. That's how I'm looking at it. I don't think Simone is necessarily wrong. They showed a scene between Eugene and his sons, and he was asking his sons, "How do y'all really feel about me traveling and working?" And they were basically like, "It's okay, it's fine." I mean, it's no shade. I'm not trying to take away from Dr. Eugene, but in their eyes, it's like, and I think they said this. I think the one who be cooking, I think he said this like a few episodes ago. Like, he wasn't gonna be here anyways, pretty much. I'm paraphrasing, but there's really not a big difference. And Eugene has said this too. If I was in Atlanta still working, I would be working all the time, 6 days a week. I don't know if he gave necessarily a number, but I would be gone all the time. Now I'm working less days, but because I'm working out of town, I just can't just hop up and get in the car and come home. So I think he may work just a few days a week. I don't know his schedule, but he works less days. But he's out of town. So his whole thing is, and it makes sense, whether I was in Atlanta or not, God wasn't gonna be at the house. And so my whole thing is with the kids, they say that it's okay, it's fine, because you wasn't here anyways. Now, I'm not saying it that way. He had to work. You know what I'm saying? But that's why they probably look at it like it's okay. I think Toya is just trying to make it a big deal, just for a storyline. Get your motherfucking hands off me. Oh, Cecil. I like Cecil. Y'all know I like Cecil. So he goes over to his girl. He goes over to his son's house. Well, no, he goes over to Simone's condo that she let them niggas live in for free. Okay. He basically tells, I say he tells the men, because that's exactly what they are. He tells the men their mom is tired and that she feels like she's not appreciated. She doesn't want to keep spending thousands and thousands on you guys, and we can't retire. I said, well, first of all, bitch, it ain't thousands and thousands, because it's actually tens of thousands. Be very clear, because motherfucker, if Michael swiped $60,000 on his credit card, then bitch, we know you probably over there swiping, bitch, and we know Simone probably swiping, and that's okay, because Simone got to pay the motherfucking bill. So if Michael spending 60, girl, Simone probably spending 160. You probably spending, girl, 80, and the other one, he might be spending about 30. He don't really, he don't really do a lot. I mean, 30 is still a lot, don't get it twisted. 20 is still a lot, don't get it twisted. I'm saying in comparison to the nigga, to the other one who's spending 60,000. Basically, she wants to retire and she wants to do the things she wants to do. And he says, it's my job. He said this in the confessional. It's my job as her dad to show them the way. I said, bitch, at 26 and 22? Girl. God, how old is Miles? Miles, that's the oldest one. I think Miles is 25 or 26. Damn near 30. And the youngest one is either 21 or 22. Damn near 25. And you want to talk about, girl, it's my way to show them the way. Well, girl, if we're gonna be honest, the way that you've been showing them is to be just like you. Sit around all day with a cocktail in your hand. Girl, let me stop. I start dragging Cecil. I like Cecil. Y'all know I love Cecil and Simone. But girl, we gotta be honest, we gonna show them the way. Girl, show them the way to the motherfucking bar. Cause I saw that Castle Azul on that counter. I think just like they motherfucking daddy, just sitting around all day drinking on Simone's dollar. And he tells them that basically like 75% of their arguments is because of them. And I said, girl, 75% of that is your fault. Let me just say something, and I'm not bad. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter because Simone bought that little nigga a Tesla. Y'all know she bought that nigga a car. The one who she was fussing at. 75% of the argument doesn't have to be if you just got on board. I don't think I could see it being an argument if Simone was trying to pressure Michael and Miles to be a doctor and I was about to say Robert. And what's his name? I don't know. Who name is Robert? Girl. And Cecil was basically trying to get her to get on board with letting them live out their dreams and do what they want to do. One wants to become a chef. One wants to become a movie producer. I don't know. I'm just making up, jobs. But I could see that being an argument where if he wanted to have his sons backs in the career path that they wanted to take. And Simone's like, no, you're going to be a doctor. And like, I don't want to be a doctor. I want to be a lawyer. I don't want to be a doctor. I want to be a photographer, right? But the argument that they're having is based off of Cecil, you just not backing up Simone when she says the motherfuckers are spending too much money. And I got to pay the fucking bill. Now, if you want to pay the $60,000, then girl, go ahead and pay it. Here go the bill. But you're not paying it because you ain't got no job. That's why he said my mama rich and my mama got the money. You see what I'm saying? Like, that should not be an argument. That should not be an argument with Simone and Cecil when all Cecil has to do is just back up Simone because Simone is saying they're spending too much money. And I need you, when I sit down and tell Miles that $60,000 is out of order because a bitch is tired of playing in pussy and I'm trying to retire, I need you to say, you need to stop swiping that motherfucking card because you don't have to pay the bill. Your mama got to pay the bill. That's what I need you to say. And I need you to tell them it's going to come to an end. You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't think that I feel like that's easy. Some stuff I do think you should, some things, I'm going to go ahead and say it. Some things in a relationship, I'm just going to talk about the kids. in a situation where it's some things you should just have your partner's back on. A situation like that is something that he should just have Simone's back on 100%. Again, if it was something career-wise, something like that, okay. If it was Michael wants to go to, University of Miami, but Simone only want him to go to Morehouse, then I could, and if you don't go, I'm not gonna pay. I could see Cecil like, damn, like if he wants to, if that's where he wants to receive his education, like some stuff I can get. While Cecil might want to stand up and speak up and say, well, maybe this is what they want to do with their life. But girl, money, especially when I gotta pay the bill, bitch, you need to have my back 100%. 100%. It's not like I'm telling the motherfuckers they can't swipe the card. I'm just saying, bitch, $60,000 is too much. That's it. That's it. I'm just saying, just pull back some. That's all. I'm not telling you can't go out and go to Chipotle and get you some extra meat and guacamole and chips. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you can't go and feed all your friends, motherfucker. I'm saying you can't go to Steak 48 and STK every weekend and then go buy you a pair of Balenciagas or some Tom Ford glasses. That's what I'm saying. And then turn around and expect me to get you a new car and pay for law school. Bitch, your new car was at $60,000 your black ass just spent. Anyways, we going backwards. All the ladies come downstairs. I know this is all out of order, but at one point all the ladies came downstairs for dinner, and Contessa was meeting the ladies as they walked down the stairs, and she was complimenting everybody's outfits. Girl, you look beautiful. I love your outfit, girl. If Contessa tell me she like my outfit, I'm going upstairs and changing. Girl, no, because at that point I know I look a mess. Girl, if Contessa says she like it, girl, go upstairs and change. You look a mess. Matter of fact, you look a fucking fool. Okay? Bitch, you look a hot ass mess. Bitch, you're tacky. Girl, you're tired and you're through. Girl, go take the shit off. Girl, if Contessa says she like it, you look a mess. Straight like that. Anyways, no, we like Dr. Contessa. Shout out to Dr. Contessa. The chef is a white man. They say he can cook his ass off. I think the food. I don't know if all the food was spicy. That would have been my only complaint, girl. Like I do not like. No, that's a lie. I can eat spicy food, but it never agrees with me. Y'all get what I'm trying to say, and so I have to be very careful when I eat spicy food. Like it has to be one of those days where I'm just like I'm not going anywhere. I know I'm not going nowhere for the rest of the night because once it go in my mouth. Girl, it's a wrap for at least 24 hours, okay? 12 maybe 5, but it's I ain't going nowhere. That was too much information. So girl, at one point, bitch, I hollered. So Jackie was trying to talk because Simone and Heavenly started talking at the table. Simone got up and left. The only thing I don't like, I will say, is great. I felt like they had just sat down and started eating, and I bet that food was good as fuck. I would have eaten that food. I would have. I just would have been pissed off a few hours later. But the food looked good as hell. But I think the food was spicy. I hope everything wasn't spicy. It felt like as soon as they sat down and started eating, like they couldn't even really. They could because Heavenly's plate was still full. Like did y'all see? Like, if y'all look at Heavenly's plate. Heavenly hadn't even really they took a bite of her food. So I was like, ooh, girl. That's the only thing I would hate, like, girl, to do a reality show, and I already know, bitch, we about to argue all we know when we go downstairs and shoot this scene, somebody gonna argue, and more than likely it's gonna be me. You know what I'm saying? Not me. I'm just saying, like, in that moment, if it was me in head, y'all get what I'm trying to say. Like, it's gonna be me. So at least let me sit down. Girl, at least give me like 20 minutes, girl, just to eat, girl, a little of my food, take a couple of sips. But bitch, I can't even eat. I can't even get into my food. And y'all know I like to eat. I'm real sensitive about my food sometimes. Bitch, I can't even eat my food. And then, to back up Simone couldn't even eat. Simone got so fucking pissed off, she couldn't even eat. Girl, it's stuff like that where it's like, Y'all can't even sit down and just enjoy that this man who has won awards for his cooking. Like, I know that food, bitch, I know that food was good. It looked good. Oh, that food looked good. It did. I don't know what the fuck that was. I just know it was chicken, fish. I don't know what type of fish. I don't know if that was cabbage. I don't know what he served, but that shit looked good as hell. I would have fucked that shit up. So, anyways, Heavenly and Simone start talking, and it started to go left. Simone gets up and walks away. And at one point, they had went into their own corners. Jackie was outside talking to Heavenly, and she was basically telling her that Simone was hurt. Bitch, when Heavenly was like, I'm hurt too. I'm hurt too. Girl. Oh, girl. Heavenly started crying. You know, Heavenly is not a crier. It was kind of funny because Quad had came outside because Quad was in there talking to Simone. And she came outside and she was like, what's wrong? What happened? I thought that was funny. And then Jackie was like, it's a breakthrough. It's a breakthrough. They play a game called Petty Pop. I thought it was funny when I heard Dr. Mimi say, because it was a whole bunch of balloons. It had to be at least 100, girl. And she gave everybody a set of balloons. And they asked questions, and whoever one of the questions was basically who's the loudest girl. Of course, they went and popped Simone's balloon. Who doesn't make time for the friend group, right? They popped Quad's balloon. So it was a cute game. It could have easily went left. Because at one point some Heavenly got up and ran and popped Simone's balloon, but Simone started laughing. So, I was happy that it didn't go left, because some of those questions I felt like were geared to, of course, start a whole bunch of chaos and confusion, but everything went okay. But I laughed when Dr. Mimi said, does she have a helium tank in her bedroom? So basically, the next day they're at the pool, and Heavenly starts to talk, and she basically says that it all started at Angel's event no, it actually started when you told Quad what Simone said a year ago. Anyways, but she says that it started when she was at Angel's event, and this part I did completely understand. I was with Dr. Heavenly Young, and Heavenly, I don't know if it's because they really don't believe that Heavenly is trying to run for office. That might be what it is, to why they're playing this game with Dr. Heavenly. But she felt like, basically, I walk in and the first thing Simone says is, we have some questions for you that Toya wants to know, right? About her running. And she says that basically she instantly got pissed. I'm paraphrasing, but she instantly got pissed off because she knew it was going to be some bullshit, because her and Toya don't always have negative interactions. So she knew that whatever it was about to be some fuck shit. And that's how that kind of basically started. It just went downhill from there. And I put Toya interrupt. She wants to fight. She wants to fight with Heavenly. I think she's trying to set her up so she can see, so she could be like the ghetto bitch. So she can say, see, that's exactly why she shouldn't run for office, even though all the ghetto motherfuckers in the White House right now, be very clear about it. But nonetheless, I think that she wants to argue with Heavenly so Heavenly can spaz out, and then she can say, see. That's why I won't support her in her running. I really think that's what Toya is trying to do. And then finally, Simone and Heavenly talk. Simone gets up and walks over to Heavenly, and they have a conversation, and she apologizes to Simone. Simone basically ain't trying to hear shit that Heavenly has to say. However, it appears as though they both agree to just move on. I'm sure they're going to be arguing in about 3 episodes. We already know how this go. All right, y'all. That was it. Y'all let me know what y'all think. I'm gone. Bye, y'all.